After Moses saw the sign in the burning bush, and the Lord told him the signs he was to perform, he went to the land of Egypt to lead the children of Israel out. So today we're going to read about when he meets the Israelites for the first time in many years, and when he meets that new Pharaoh. And the Lord said to Aaron, or Aaron is Moses' brother, "Go into the wilderness to meet Moses." So he went and met him on the mountain of God and kissed him. So Moses told Aaron all the words of the Lord who had sent him, and all the signs which he had commanded him. Then Moses went and gathered together all the elders of the children of Israel. And Aaron spoke all the words which the Lord had spoken to Moses, and he did the signs in the sight of the people. Now you might remember the signs that the Lord was going to have Moses perform to prove that he came from the Lord. He was going to throw his rod down, and it would become a snake, and bring it up again. He was going to make his hand leprous, and then clean, and he was going to pour the water, which would become blood. So he does these signs in front of the elders of the Israelites, the Israelitish leaders. So the people believed. And when they heard that the Lord had visited the children of Israel and that he had looked on their affliction, then they bowed their heads and worshipped. Now, after Moses and Aaron got to Egypt, the first thing they did was go to Pharaoh. And the first time they spoke to Pharaoh and told him they wanted to lead their children, the children of Israel, out of Egypt and into the wilderness, instead of letting them go, the Pharaoh made them work harder. He didn't give them the supplies they needed to make bricks. So instead of having an easier time, the Israelites were having a harder time. But the Lord strengthened Moses and Aaron and said, "Go back to Pharaoh, and I will prove to him that I am the Lord and that you are my people." So now we're going to read about the second time that Moses comes to see Pharaoh. So the Lord said to Moses, "See, I have made you as a god to Pharaoh, and Aaron your brother shall be your prophet. You shall speak what I command you, and Aaron your brother shall tell Pharaoh to send the children of Israel out of his land. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart and multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Egypt. But Pharaoh will not heed you, so that I may lay my hand on Egypt and bring my armies and my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt by great judgments. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord when I stretch out my hand on Egypt and bring out the children of Israel from among them." Then Moses and Aaron did so, just as the Lord commanded them, so they did. Moses was 80 years old, and Aaron 83 years old when they spoke to Pharaoh. Do you know anybody who is 80 or 83 years old? Those are usually the age of grandparents or even great-grandparents. That's how old Moses and Aaron were when they went to approach Pharaoh. Then the Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, "When Pharaoh speaks to you, saying, 'Show a miracle for yourselves,' then you shall say to Aaron, 'Take your rod and cast it before Pharaoh, and let it become a serpent.'" Do you remember he's done that already? This time, though, it's Aaron throwing his rod down. So Moses and Aaron went in to Pharaoh, and they did so, just as the Lord commanded. And Aaron cast down his rod before Pharaoh and his servants, and it became a serpent. But Pharaoh also called the wise men and the sorcerers. So the magicians of Egypt, they also did in a like manner with their enchantments. So the Egyptians were also able to throw their rods down and have them become serpents. Now, if you just knew that much, you might think that the Egyptians' gods were just as powerful as the Lord. But of course, the Egyptian gods weren't real gods, and we're going to see how we know that the Lord is more powerful and rules over even the Egyptians. For every man threw down his rod, and they became serpents. But Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods. And Pharaoh's heart grew hard, and he did not heed them, as the Lord has said. So notice, we're going to see this a lot. Moses does something that shows that he comes with the power of the Lord. Aaron throws down his rod, it becomes a serpent, and it even devours the other serpent. But Pharaoh hardens his heart. He's not willing to let the Lord into his heart, and so he does not do what Moses and Aaron ask him for. So we're going to see what happens next and how Moses and Aaron, with the Lord on their side, convince Pharaoh to let the children of Israel go. But it's not going to be easy. In fact, I'm going to give you a clue. It's going to take them 10 tries before he's willing to let the Israelites go.